Now you have your laptop here, and I understand that you're going to give us a demonstration of your product. So let's take a look at what you've got here.
Sure. So this is called IntelliView. It's a worldwide visualizer, kind of like Google Earth, but different in a number of different ways. What I've brought up here is kind of a world overview. And first, I thought I would take us to Japan. So this system right now is integrating online media information and all kinds of data about the situation that's occurred there. And as I turn on different layers, I can look at the affected areas within Japan and see the nuclear power plants that have been affected. In fact, let me even zoom in a little bit here.
Is this all updated automatically in real time?
Absolutely. Updated live.
Human intervention?
Correct. Without any human intervention, this is all updated. So this is live data coming in from the USGS feed. Live media reports also coming in related to the nuclear reactors there. Information about from media sources also about the airport. YouTube videos, all kinds of information. So in this case, we've integrated just the affected locations. But what's also interesting is we have all of the Japanese shelters. So this is a rather large, what's called KML file, which is actually only available in Japanese. And unfortunately, I don't have the Japanese language pack here, so you can see this written in Japanese. But we do real-time translation of all of this data as well. So here, in this one portal, which anyone can go to, it's fukushimacrisis.org, you can zoom in and click on any location, and it'll tell you information about that shelter, and then integrate that together with other information that's going on.
Now, how do people access this? Is this a free service that anybody can access anytime they want?
Absolutely. So IntelliSense does a lot of environmental monitoring projects for National Science Foundation. We do other projects for other clients. But when there's something as important as Fukushima and the crisis in Japan, we absolutely put all this data out there, because through sharing information, we can all make much better decisions. So this is completely free. Go to fukushimacrisis.org and feel free to use all of the information that's there.
Now, who else uses this? For example, do public safety organizations rely on this type of product?
Absolutely. So we're getting involved more and more with disaster management. So for example, we were heavily involved with the Haiti earthquake, being able to rapidly integrate all of the information that everyone in the world had, from satellite imagery to medical facilities to where the areas of greatest damage were, and then bring all that data together and then make it available to folks at WHO, World Health Organization, Department of Homeland Security, Department of Defense, State Department, and others, so that we can manage and understand what's going on in a crisis.
So the system has been field tested already, and it's been shown to work okay.
Absolutely, it has been. In fact, what I did on this other view is I actually brought up Port-au-Prince, Haiti. So just jumping from the Fukushima crisis portal, jumping over to Haiti, during the break, I went ahead and integrated in a bunch of different information that we happen to have from there. And I can go all the way down to viewing individual satellite images and look at before and after, look at where all the medical facilities are, look at all of the tectonic plates and how that played in with the shake maps, and even manage a response.
So does this also include information like, let's say you're in the earthquake zone, you want to know what roads are still open, is gasoline available, or bridges able to be used? So it has all that kind of information. What medical services still exist, what hospitals are still open?
Absolutely. What happens typically is that different organizations will take that information and put it online on a website. But nobody's really integrated all that information together and made it easy for you to have kind of one-stop shopping to be able to get all the information that you could need. So that's really what our integration service does, is again, integrate all this information together so you can make informed decisions.
Now, who supports it all? Because you must have a fair number of employees and you must have expenses. Is the government funding it, or?
We're actually a relatively small team. We have about 15 engineers, all from NASA and Stanford, that have been developing this, and it's actually spun out of my lab at Stanford. But we have really great collaborators all over the world with different universities in different places, different government labs. A lot of our funding actually comes from the Department of Defense, but it's more for force health protection. So radiation monitoring in Japan, for example, being able to transmit medical data from anywhere in the world, being able to, again, make better decisions as a leader within the military is also important. Even real-time air quality, so that our troops aren't subject to toxins and stuff in the environment.
Now, does this help to predict earthquakes? You have all these sensors around the world which can detect earth movements. Is that helpful in indicating when an earthquake might be likely to occur? Are there certain signature types of movements that would occur shortly before a big quake?
Well, that's a good point. The next step, really, right now we're in the data acquisition phase. And as I said, a lot of data is being acquired and it tends to stay within its own stovepipes. Now that we've started to integrate things together, we can start to look at how different things are correlated together. And once we have all of that information, we can then do the next step, which is real-time analysis and modeling and looking at all of those correlations and seeing how they may impact each other.
Does this also help coordinate the disaster response, like as far as dispatching the ambulances? Where should the rescue teams go? And how can the different public service agencies coordinate with each other? Does this provide the tools to do that as well?
One of the big problems with, for example, Hurricane Katrina is that the people in Washington didn't understand what was going on the ground in New Orleans and other places. A tool like this allows everybody to literally get on the same page. And so it does allow you to communicate up and down the chain and also across organizations. So that is the next step for us, and we're talking with a number of groups about doing exactly that.
Yeah. Do you see this as becoming something that's used worldwide? Are there other people doing similar types of projects? Because it sounds like it doesn't require that much of an initial investment to get started with this type of...
Well, that's what we do. We actually make this platform available to anyone for a good cause, basically. And that's what we want to do, is to really facilitate groups of people distributed perhaps around the globe to come together and work together to solve big problems or to manage disasters in this case.
So I think this might lead to more international cooperation in general. So for example, if people in America have a better understanding of what's going on the ground in Haiti or Japan or someplace else, they could better tailor their own response to it if they're going to have a response to it.
Well, certainly. I mean, in the case of Haiti or Japan, it's a very good example. It's a multinational effort. In the case of disasters or in the cases of a lot of the tasks and the challenges that we face, from climate modeling and the changes that happen because of that to even natural disasters like this. Our ability to work together across organizations is really important, and all we're trying to do is to facilitate that.
And you're the main organizer of this project who's basically put the software together. What's your role in it?
I'm the leader of the band. I've got a great group of engineers and, again, a great group of collaborators that we work with all around the globe. And we don't compete with anyone. We just collaborate with everyone. So as I said, it looks a lot like Google Earth. Someone can use Google Earth to view this. The idea is to, again, bring people together and solve big problems and do big things.
Well, great. It sounds like you're making good strides for something that really needs to be done. I've just gotten the signal that we're just about out of time, so we're going to have to wrap the show. I'd like to thank my guest, Kevin Montgomery, CEO of IntelliSense Technologies, also my earlier guest, Gene Hardebeck of USGS. Please visit us at our website at www.futuretalk.net. This is Marty Wasserman for Future Talk. Be sure to tune in again next time, and we'll see you next time.